structured workouts, training plans, coaching. Is it worth it for an amateur athlete? Is it worth it to hire a plumber, electrician, or a carpenter? In both scenarios, you can DIY, look it up, and figure it out on your own. YouTube is great for that, am I right? But depending on your available resources like time, money, and the overall experience and finish you're trying to get, one option might be better than the other. Today, we're gonna talk about why an amateur athlete may consider getting into structured training or hiring a coach, what experiences you can have, the benefits you can get, and some of the unexpected results that you can see from structured training, even as an amateur. Let's get it. Now, we already hit on it, but it's worth repeating. The cost. So many folks will turn to doing it themselves because, in theory, it's going to be more cost effective. However, I want you to think about what your time cost. If you have the time to go to the hardware store, cut up the wood, measure, nail it down, great, do it yourself. Likewise, if you have the time to research, analyze, plan, break it down, progressively train, and be objective with your own numbers, absolutely. But the reality is, most of us don't know what those numbers even mean. It's easy to look at your own data and either be way too critical, way too harsh on yourself, or give yourself too many breaks. We also get caught up in our comfort zones. So many times I find that I would not have even tried a workout until it was prescribed to me by my coach, which leads into the first benefit that you can get: identifying your strengths, and more importantly, targeting those weaknesses.
Well, all right, man, you've been getting it in.
I mean,
on the bike this season.
we are trying.
Yeah, what you got going on, man? I mean, you got a couple of events on the calendar.
Yeah, I think,
The roadies today, but sounds like you've got something a little different for the season. What's up?
I've been struggling on the road bike to like really power through hills. So I wanted to challenge myself this year with doing gravel events and just getting on the gravel bike more, because it's nothing but hills. You can't avoid a hill.
That's Zay. You can go ahead and give him a follow. He's been a bit curious for the last couple of years, analyzing his data, trying to see how he can progress, but it wasn't until actually taking the jump into structured training that a lot of these things finally started to click. Realizing that he was going too hard on the easy days and not hard enough on the hard days, and finding the right balance between those hard days and those easy days, having a good baseline of recovery. But we can't talk about performance and gains without identifying the potential for injury. I know, it would be great if we never got injured, nothing ever went wrong, but just on the other side of performance and improvement is possible injury.
I got a little bit of an injury, so scaling my way up, a 30, a 50, a 80, and then was supposed to end off at like about 117.
And we can't go any further without talking about rest, recovery, and nutrition. Not every coach is going to be a certified dietitian. Make sure you do that research. However, there are some general guidelines that the weekend warrior may completely ignore. Oh yeah, I just ran 5 miles so I can crush this burger and a beer.
Eat, drink, figure that stuff out on the bike, because that's just as important as the physical part of the training and the riding and all that good stuff. Because if you don't, you're gonna get out on the road and realize that you just don't got it.
Or more commonly, hey, I just had this long ride on Saturday and I'm gonna spend the rest of Sunday into Monday on the couch, hanging out, not really moving, and I am so beat up that I can't possibly return until the next week. And then you do that cycle all over again. Now, no shade if that's you. More data suggests, however, that doing a little bit more often is going to lead to a far better experience. None of these hero efforts on a Saturday. Doing little chunks of that workout, 30 minutes here, 45 minutes there, way better in the long run than just a massive 3-hour session in one go.
You already had one of those events come through. How'd that go?
Yeah, I did my first gravel event. It was fantastic. It was like 30 miles with about 3,400 of climbing. I was definitely a little bit concerned about the knee, but KT taped that bad boy up and we were rocking and rolling.
There's something what you said about learning to work through adversity too. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to go as planned.
And I know, maybe you're not looking to race. You're just looking to have some fun, right? You just want to have a nice run out on vacation. You want to take a bike packing tour and really enjoy the views. There's no reason for you to suffer through that. That's where training can really help. Having a base level of fitness, that means I can actually enjoy the views instead of huffing and puffing my way up that mountaintop.
Building up that fitness, it didn't happen in a month, 2 months, 3 months. You've been really working at it. Taking the jump into structured training, seeing all those benefits. Any thoughts, takeaways for anyone who is curious or hesitant about structured training, coaching, whether that's group or one-on-one?
Yeah, I didn't know that I would gain as much out of it as I did when I first started it. It really is a matter of discipline and holding yourself accountable. And if you're good at doing that, and if that's something that you want to try and to really do, it's worth it. The gains are monumental. Highly suggest that anybody who has never done like one program, like group coaching was actually really fun because you get to interact with the other people. And in the wintertime, it was a nice way to kind of clear a little bit of the noise, and it didn't feel as depressing in the Northeast, with the winters and being indoors. So
it's a killer. It's a killer.
So to have like a community that you can, you pop in 2 times a week for group rides, and then you're doing the rest on your own, or you could join up with other people. You can do it on your own, obviously, but it is hard. And when you have people that you be like, hey, you want to hop on a ride real quick? I got an hour, or I need to do this workout. You can do your own thing. I'll do mine, but I just need a little bit of company and somebody to kind of like, drive me a little bit.
Time fly, and I think getting back to it, it's all about the experience you're looking to have. Because can you train and push yourself and do that without coaching, without a group? Absolutely. But can you get there sooner and have a better time? Yeah. So really, it's all about the experiences and options. So if you've never tried it, go ahead and give it a shot. You can get some benefits you aren't expecting. And if you have tried it, let me know down below what your experience has been like and what you would say to others who are curious about giving it a shot.
Thanks so much, Zay, for sharing your experiences with structured training. Glad to see you getting after it on the bike and really challenging yourself so you can have more fun in the future. If you've got questions about training, coaching, feel free to drop them in the comments. We'll be hanging out there for a while and happy to point you in the right direction. If you're looking for a coach, I know a couple of good ones, but do your research, see who is the right fit for you, if there's a training plan that is right for you and the right season for you to get started. I'm gonna go hit some of this road. Till next time, y'all, it's been real.